The sharp smell of sanitizer lingers in the air. Machines beep steadily in the background, each sound a reminder that life here is fragile and borrowed. The room feels heavy, filled with a haunting silence that seems louder than any noise. In this sterile space, where hope is stretched thin, lies a woman who once filled the world with light, healing, and song. Tamela Mann. Tamela, the gospel powerhouse who lifted broken spirits and brought comfort to countless homes, is now lying still in a hospital bed. The voice that carried prayers, inspired faith, and anchored millions of hearts is silent. For the first time, the world that leaned on her strength feels weak without her. Inside the ICU, her children cling to one another, crumbling under the weight of grief and fear. Tiffany, her oldest, could barely breathe through her sobs when she stood before the camera. Her pale face and swollen eyes spoke before her trembling voice did. Whispering in broken fragments, she said, "Our mom. She's always been a fighter, but now it feels like even she's slipping away." Her words shattered viewers across the globe. A doctor had already delivered the news no family ever wants to hear. Only a miracle can save her now. David Jr., usually strong and composed, collapsed in a corner, clutching his head in his hands. He repeated the same painful words over and over, like a broken record. "I told her we'd let her rest. I didn't know that would be the last time she'd tell us she loved us." His whispers barely carried through the room, but their meaning was loud enough to break every heart around him. Porskia and Tia, the younger daughters, held onto each other so tightly their nails dug into skin, trying to keep themselves from falling apart completely. They had just revealed what the doctors confirmed. Tamela's brain had stopped responding. Her heartbeat, once steady and strong, was now kept alive only by the machines surrounding her. The medical team had stopped holding onto hope, but her children hadn't. Neither had the millions who loved her. The family decided to reach beyond the hospital walls. They pinned a desperate message across all her social platforms. "Only prayer remains. Please pray for Tamela." The request spread like wildfire. Those who once found comfort in her voice were now being asked to give something back. Their prayers, their faith, their hope. For years, Tamela's voice had been a lifeline to people in their darkest hours. Now, she was the one in need of a lifeline. The cold white lights of the ICU shone down on her unmoving body. Machines hummed, and the atmosphere felt suspended between life and death. Tamela Mann, the woman whose voice once shook arenas and carried people through heartbreak and despair, now lay in a fight her family feared she might not win. Her children never let go of her hands. They held on like they were gripping the edge of a cliff, refusing to let her slip away. Tears spilled onto white hospital sheets as Tiffany, David Jr., Porskia, and Tia whispered shaky prayers through cracked voices. They weren't only mourning what seemed to be happening, they were begging heaven to intervene. Tiffany, her face puffy and streaked with tears, spoke again on a live video. Her voice was barely holding together as she said, "We've always been strong because she taught us to be. But this is breaking us. My mom is fighting, but her body is getting weaker every hour. The doctors said there's nothing left to do but pray. So, we're asking, no, we're begging you. Please pray for her." Her pain cut through the screen like a knife. Comments poured in instantly, fans crying in real time, posting prayer emojis, scriptures, and heartfelt messages. But no amount of digital comfort could ease what this family was enduring in that moment. David Jr., unable to stop shaking, leaned against the hospital wall. He muttered repeatedly, "I didn't know that was the last time. I didn't think it would be the last laugh. I should have said I love you louder." His voice broke until he collapsed into his sister's arms, sobbing. Nurses moved quickly around them, but even their practiced calm couldn't hide the reality. Tamela's vitals were slipping. No brain response, no movement, just machines keeping her body alive while her children begged for a miracle. Tia, the youngest, tried to read through the latest medical chart. Halfway through, the words blurred, and she broke into sobs. She couldn't finish. Her sister Porskia stepped in, choking back tears. The doctors say her brain ain't responding. Her heart's only pumping through the machines. Her oxygen levels keep dropping. They told us to prepare for the worst. The words hung in the air like a death sentence. For millions, Tamela Mann wasn't just another gospel artist. She was a mother figure to strangers, a voice of comfort during late nights of grief, and a light to those who felt they had nothing left. Her music had carried people through depression, divorce, illness, and funerals. Songs like Take Me to the King weren't just songs, they were prayers in melody, lifelines to the hopeless. And now, that same voice was silent. The irony wasn't lost on anyone. The woman who gave the world strength now needed strength in return. Instead of retreating into privacy, the Mann family made the bold choice to go public. They shared their heartbreak openly because their desperation left no other option. When doctors say, there's nothing else to do but pray, you reach for every heart and every hand willing to join. Later that evening, Tiffany went live again, her voice trembling. If you've ever sung one of her songs in church, if you've ever cried while listening to her, if she's ever helped you feel seen or loved, then please, we need you now. Call your church, call your prayer groups, kneel by your bed, light a candle. Whatever you believe in, please do it now. Behind her, the camera caught a glimpse of Tamela in the hospital bed. Her body was still, her face hidden behind an oxygen mask. Machines beeped softly, like ticking clocks counting down. Porskia knelt by her mother's side, whispering, "Mama, if you can hear us, we're fighting for you like you always fought for us. But if you're tired, we understand. We love you too much to ask you to keep suffering. But if there's any fight left in you, please stay." News spread quickly. Hashtags began trending. Hashtag pray for Tamela. Hashtag Tamela strong. Hashtag take her back from the edge. Churches in Atlanta, Dallas, Los Angeles, and even London began hosting midnight prayer calls. Gospel singers went live on Instagram, crying and singing in unison for their sister in faith. Yolanda Adams wrote, "She lifted us, now we lift her." Kirk Franklin said during a live stream, "This isn't how her story ends. It can't be. We need a miracle." Cease Winans posted a video in tears, asking everyone to unite in prayer. But inside the ICU, no tribute could ease the agony of her children. David Jr. addressed the fans in a short message. "We've tried every medicine, every option, every hospital, but her body is shutting down. Doctors said we should start discussing letting go, but we're not ready. Please, don't stop praying." She always said if two or more agree, miracles happen. So please agree with us. Even hospital staff felt the weight. One nurse whispered, "I've never seen a family this heartbroken yet this united." They haven't left her side for a second. They hold her hands, sing her songs, and cry together. The love here is indescribable. Outside the hospital, fans gathered with candles and posters. Some played her music aloud, others knelt on sidewalks with open Bibles. The air was heavy with grief, but also alive with faith, because this wasn't just about a celebrity. This was about a mother, a warrior, a woman whose light had touched millions. In the hallway outside the ICU, the space felt more like a sanctuary than a hospital wing. A small Bluetooth speaker played Tamela's own songs softly, filling the sterile air with her voice. Her children sat in plastic chairs, worn down by exhaustion, but unwilling to leave. Tiffany clutched her mother's old Bible to her chest. The worn pages smelled like her mother's hands, like comfort, like home. "Every prayer she ever prayed for us is in here," she whispered. "Now we're the ones begging God for just one more sunrise with her." Inside, Tamela's body remained warm but unresponsive. The machines kept her alive, but her spirit was beyond the reach of science. Doctors told the family gently, "We've done all we can. Now, it's in God's hands." David Jr., hunched and weary, spoke again. "You all see her as a legend, but to us, she's our heartbeat. She's our laughter, our Sunday mornings, our dancing partner in the kitchen, and she's slipping away. Please, we're not just asking, we're pleading. Help us storm heaven with prayer." Friends in the gospel world poured out tributes. Yolanda Adams lit a candle and wrote, "Praying for my sister Tamela, a vessel of light in a dark world." Kirk Franklin declared, "This isn't the end." The family gathered around her bed, began to sing softly. Their voices cracked and wavered, but together they sang "Take Me to the King." The same song Tamela had once belted to packed arenas now filled a sterile ICU room. Sung by the children, who only wanted their mother to hear them one more time. Tia leaned close, whispering through tears, "Mama, if you can hear us, just move your hand. Please, just one sign." But the hand never moved. Porskia stepped out into the hallway, face swollen with grief. She recorded a video message through sobs. "I know, though many of you grew up with her music. I know some of you found God through her songs. I'm not asking as a celebrity's daughter, I'm asking as a girl about to lose her mama. Please pray, please fast, please cry out. Whatever your faith, whatever your language, please." The video went viral. Thousands of fans posted their own prayers. An elderly woman in a wheelchair held up a Tamela CD and whispered, "She walked me through my husband's death. I won't let her walk alone now." A group of children in church clasped hands, chanting her name. Pastors held vigils. Choirs dedicated Sunday services to her healing. The world was united in one desperate plea: "Please, let Tamela live." Back at the hospital, a nurse carefully adjusts Tamela's blanket. Her hands are gentle, almost protective. She pauses for a moment, looking down at the woman she once admired from afar. With a voice barely above a whisper, she says, "I used to see her on stage, glowing with joy. She filled the room with laughter and music. Now I see her lying here like this, and all I can do is pray. Lord, please don't take her yet. Not like this." A heavy silence fills the room until Tiffany, one of Tamela's daughters, steps forward. She looks straight into the camera, her eyes swollen from hours of crying. Her voice is almost gone, worn down from grief. "Mom, you always told us that no matter what happens, God is still good. So, we're trying to hold on to that truth. But God, if you're listening, please, we still need her. The world needs her. Her grandbabies still need her hugs. Her fans still need her songs. And we, her children, still need our mother. Please, don't take her yet." Her strength crumbles after those words. She falls into her sister's arms, unable to hold herself up any longer. The doctor's warnings echo in the background. If there is no change by morning, the family may need to make heartbreaking decisions. But the Mann family refuses to let go. Not today. Not ever. David Jr., Tamela's son, steps into view. His eyes glisten with tears as he looks directly at the lens. "This is not a farewell video," he declares, voice firm despite the pain. "This is a faith video. We're putting everything we have into this because Tamela, our mama, your queen, is a fighter. She's not finished singing yet. But we can't do this alone. We need your help. Please, flood heaven with prayer. Fill it with cries for her healing. As night falls and the hospital grows dim, a different kind of light begins to rise across the world. Online, posts and prayers start spreading like wildfire. Millions of voices from different countries, languages, and backgrounds unite with a single purpose: to lift Tamela up in prayer. And inside that quiet hospital room, a single tear rolls down her cheek. Maybe, just maybe, she hears them. The atmosphere around Tamela's bed has grown heavy. The machines beep steadily, the ventilator hisses, and time feels cruel. The warmth she once carried, her laugh, her voice, her ability to light up a room, has been replaced by cold silence and sterile equipment. Doctors begin speaking words the family doesn't want to accept: unresponsive, organ fatigue, possible brain death. But to the Manns, giving up is not an option. This is their mother, their rock, the woman who guided them through every storm. Tiffany returns the next morning, barely able to stand. She clutches her mother's hand tightly and whispers verses into her ear. "Mama, if you can hear me, give me one sign. Move a finger, blink, anything, please." Her lips tremble, her voice cracks. "We still need you. We're not ready to let you go." But the machines remain unchanged, offering no sign of life beyond their cold beeps. David Jr., once the quiet protector of the family, breaks down during an interview. His pain is raw and unfiltered. "I can't lie and pretend I'm strong right now. I'm not. I just want my mom back. I just want her to open her eyes and tell me, 'Boy, Stop crying. I miss her voice. I miss my mom. Meanwhile, back in homes across the world, fans are turning their living rooms into places of prayer. Candles are lit under her portraits. Walls are covered with her lyrics. Messages flood in by the thousands from South Africa to Brazil, from Chicago to Birmingham. People sing her songs, record messages, and send prayers, hoping somehow their love reaches her, hoping she can hear them through the stillness. But even with all the hope, the reality grows darker. Tia, another of Tamela's daughters, shares an update on Instagram Live. Her voice shakes as she reads from the medical notes. Tamela is still in critical condition. Brainstem activity is fading. She remains unresponsive to pain. Her heartbeat is being kept alive by machines. The doctors have told us to prepare ourselves. Her words pierce through screens, leaving thousands speechless. And then she makes a desperate plea. If you've ever sung one of her songs at church, if her lyrics carried you through grief, heartbreak, sickness, or loss, please, don't let this be the end. Get on your knees. Pray with us. Cry with us. Fight with us. Mama Tamela needs an army. Almost immediately, the response is overwhelming. Entire choirs record videos begging for her healing. Pastors announce special prayer meetings. One church leader even calls for a 24-hour global fast, asking people everywhere to pray nonstop for her recovery. The comments online fill with messages like, "We're not letting go. God's not done." Miracles still happen. But behind all the public hope, Tiffany's eyes reveal another story. Holding her phone with shaking hands, she records what might be the hardest message of her life. "I don't know if this is goodbye," she admits through tears. "But I do know we're not ready to lose her. My mama gave the world her spirit. She gave you hope, love, and laughter. Can you give her your prayers back? Just one more time. One more miracle for her." For us, the video spreads instantly. Within hours, it has millions of views. Celebrities share it. Gospel legends send words of encouragement. People who had never even met Tamela join in prayer chains. Yet inside the hospital walls, it still feels like a battle between life and death. David Mann, Tamela's husband, has stopped posting updates. He spends every moment at her bedside, holding her hand, telling her stories from their 36 years together. Through tears, he confides to a nurse, "She was never just a singer. She was the light in every room, in our home, in the world." His heartbreak is silent but deep. The children begin planning a prayer vigil outside the hospital. They ask fans everywhere to light a candle at 7 p.m. Central Time. "We want the whole sky lit up for her," Portia explains. So, if her soul is deciding whether to stay or go, she sees just how much she's still needed. In one of the most heart-wrenching moments, a nurse shares a note found beside Tamela's bed. It was written by one of her grandchildren. "Dear Nana, I heard you're sleeping, but I want you to wake up. Mommy says God listens when we pray. So I'm praying really hard. If you wake up, I'll give you all my candy. I love you so much. Please come back." The note breaks even the hardest hearts. In moments like these, words fall short. All that remains is silence, tears, and faith. Doctors have done everything within their power. Machines keep her alive. But the Mann family, along with countless supporters worldwide, hold on to the one fragile thread left: the power of prayer. Because if there's one thing Tamela taught everyone, it's this: faith shines even in the darkest night. And tonight, the whole world is praying for even the smallest flicker of light. Please, if you're reading this, pause for a moment. Whisper her name in prayer. She needs us now more than ever. This isn't just another news story. This is the cry of a family whose world is collapsing. Tamela, the woman who carried the pain of others in her songs, who guided people through their lowest moments, who poured her soul into every note, is now caught between life and death. And her family is begging for help. Tiffany's words still echo. If you've ever felt peace from her music, if her voice ever touched your heart, then please, we need you now. David Jr., trembling, adds, "She gave her whole life to serve, to heal, to love through her music. Now she needs us to lift her up." This is not the time to scroll past. This is not the moment to stay silent. Please, Join us. This is a call to every heart that has ever been moved by faith, by love, or by Tamela's music. Pray for her. Light a candle. Speak her name. Share your prayers with others. Ask your churches, your families, your communities to gather. Because when medicine reaches its limits, faith can begin. The family truly believes that if enough voices cry out together, heaven will hear. So, stop for a moment. Type praying for Tamela. Share her story. Let the world know we are not giving up on her. She fought for us with her music, her joy, and her heart. Now it's our turn to fight for her.